The PlayStation controller is just better than the Xbox controller out of the box today. So that's the standard controller. Now, make no mistake, my favorite controller and what I think is the best controller on the planet at the moment is right here. And this is the Elite Controller 2 in white, custom, the way it feels, built-in battery, can change out the joysticks, the entire slot. However, the controller out of the box for the PlayStation versus the controller out of the box for the Xbox Series X and S, while the Xbox One is very, very good, for the first time in my life, the PlayStation 1 is superior. That has never happened before. The Xbox has always been the standard for controllers, in my opinion, the way they fit your hand, the way they feel, the way they, especially for shooters with those triggers and stuff. But PlayStation's doing a couple of things right. Number one, they made it a little bit more ergonomic and it can go out. Number two, there's a built-in battery, just like in the Elite controller. It's what I love. In this bad boy, there's a built-in battery, but on PlayStation, it's in the standard controller. I rarely have to charge this thing. It's amazing. Same with the PlayStation controller. And the big thing, the highlight, is haptic feedback on the triggers. Now, last year, we had a leak in 2023 from the Activision Blizzard case where it got revealed that Sebel is a new controller that Xbox is working on, and that this controller includes some of those features we just talked about. So that's not new. What is new is Tom Warren from The Verge was on a podcast, the Xbox Era podcast, and said this last weekend that he believes that we're going to get the reveal of this controller in May. So it looks like this controller could be coming this year, which I think is huge and big, and I think would put Xbox back on top. Why? As far as the controller. Now, when I say the PlayStation controller is better, the Xbox controller is an A, the PlayStation controller is an A+. That's just how it is. So for it to beat it, it also needs to be an A+. And you can see, I just thought we'd review here real quick. If you look, it's got ubiquity, play anywhere, direct to cloud, Bluetooth, seamless pair and switch. You can pair multiple devices, blah, blah, blah. But down here on the immersion tag in the bottom left there, you can see precision haptic feedback. The VCA haptics double as speakers as well, something that does not exist on the current Xbox as well. You got an accelerometer, quieter buttons and thumbsticks. Don't care about that as much, but I mean, premium is premium. That's fantastic. Sustainability, rechargeable and swappable battery. You have just matched everything that PlayStation is doing. New modular thumbsticks. Modular, interesting. Improved longevity, continued build improvements. Lift to wake, which is what the Nintendo Switch controller has, which is absolutely amazing. And finally, it's got the familiar Xbox feel, same layout and activation forces and stuff. It does look like the handles are a little bit different. That's one thing that PlayStation did. If you look, like, see how these are, this is a little more bulky here. If you look, this one looks like it's longer, and that's what PlayStation does. It makes it slightly longer, which just feels better in your hand for sure. So May 2024, we're expected to get a reveal here. And I think this is huge. Put Xbox back on top in the controller category. Now, some of its preferences, I would love to know. Let me know in the comments below. If you've tried both, I have. I've played on both. That haptic feedback on the triggers brings to single-player games in particular an immersion level that just does not exist currently on the Xbox. Period. Imagine playing Forza Horizon. Not Forza Horizon. Well, Forza Horizon 2, but Forza Motorsport. With that haptic feedback on the triggers, with that system in place, it would be amazing. I mean, and for those of you that don't know what it is, picture like in a game where there's a bow and arrow, and as you pull back the bow, the controller gets more tense, so it's harder. So you can feel the weight of the bow. You can feel the tension of it. It really does bring this level of immersion, in my opinion. And it's exciting. It's exciting to hear that perhaps this could be coming this year. Do you think this is a good move? I would love to know. Again, let me know in the comments below. Do you disagree with me that the PlayStation controller at this point out of the box is superior to the Xbox controller? Would love to know. Again, I think the best controller on the planet is still the Elite controller, but this is a $150 to $200 controller right here. This is not the one out of the box. Out of the box, I think the PlayStation controller, the default controller that comes with the PlayStation 5 is better than the one that comes with the Series S and Series X. And that's still a very good controller. Let me know in the comments below. I got a few questions here just talking about this controller. How will the new features of the Xbox controller change the way we play games? I think we've already seen it with the PlayStation. Again, I think I think for multiplayer games, it's actually a hindrance. For instance, especially if you're a competitive match in, say, Call of Duty or Halo Infinite or something like that, or even a racing game, I think those tensions probably hinder you. You don't want those. You don't want those at all. You want the hairline triggers. You want the biggest advantage you can get, and that haptic feedback may be a disadvantage in those cases. I think where you really take advantage of it is in single-player experiences. That is where you have it on, because it's not about competitive advantage. It's about immersion, and I think it brings this next level of immersion it's just a little thing, and you think to yourself, oh, that doesn't make a big deal. It makes a big deal when you're playing it. You're like, whoa. All of a sudden, you can feel what's inside of the game in the palm of your hands. It's what I like about Forza. Forza, even though you have a controller that doesn't have these things, every car feels different, and it's unexplainable until you experience it. The same thing could be happening. The same thing could take it to another level, could be said, and take this to another level with that haptic feedback there. Again, the other big thing for me is that the included battery and the rechargeable battery. Again, I use the Elite controller. I don't have to have batteries, but when you do have batteries, you're changing out pretty frequently on batteries on a standard Xbox controller. What does a controller mean for the future of console gaming? I mean, we're just really dialing in on controllers. What's going to be interesting too is as Xbox moves more into PC on Game Pass and Game Pass, I think we're going to get some features or some controller options perhaps down the line that bring us like a mouse and keyboard type of feel like the Steam Deck has, for instance, like the ROG Ally has. And I think that could be the future in the long term. But I mean, I think we're getting to this place where controllers are amazing, and controller gaming is top tier, unlike we've ever had before, especially in comparison to a mouse and keyboard. I mean, mouse and keyboard can be superior and is superior in a lot of ways, but a controller, the way that games are being designed from the ground up for controllers, what is happening with controllers is amazing, and it's very exciting for the future. How might game developers utilize these features in upcoming games is my last and final question. I think that's similar to the first question there. Actually, don't know why I have that question on there. Apologies. I was not, I mean, same thing that we said, immersion. It'll be interesting to see how people use it uniquely. I could see it being used unique in sports games, maybe. Racing is an obvious one. Flight simulator. Imagine how flight simulator utilizes it at all. Would be super, super cool. I would love to see that kind of feedback in a joystick, though. Imagine in a joystick, like you get tension somehow. I don't even know if that's possible, but like you're taking a corner too sharp, and like, on a steering wheel, it becomes difficult. It should be more difficult on a joystick as well. I wonder if that's even possible. I don't know, but would be fun to find out. Overall, it looks like the rumor is May 2024. I'm very excited for it. No doubt. Would love to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments below. Like and subscribe to this channel. I love hanging out with you guys. We cover Xbox news and opinions, and we just talk games every single day. Think of us like a mini podcast. We're just hanging out, having fun, discussing things. Like, subscribe, share with your friends. If you have friends who may like this channel. We're here Monday through Friday. Let me know. I've already said let me know in the comments below. Let's go. Have a great rest of your day, guys. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.